Please do not buy this knife as your Christmas present. Boxing Day sale. And one thing we found that even though they're differently priced with the same knife length, same knife shape, this is a 17 centimeters Santoku and 70 centimeters Santoku as well. 10, 70. But the steel is the same. Must be the Damascus patterns on this one is more special, right? 420J2. We're gonna get this one. You know, we already have the more expensive version. Let's grab this one. See what's the difference. Oh, and look at this, Ray. Come on, Boxing Day Christmas gift. Only spent $300. Grab up this power. Yeah. Seriously, $1,400. This is so crazy. Where to find your best present for Christmas? It's not gonna be here, I promise. Where'd they get that? Back to the base with the Damashiro Santoku. First things first, Damashiro. I guess the name comes from the pattern Damascus. But is it real Damascus? Oh, guess what? Fake! No more Damascus. The edge of these patterns, dot-like, it's lasered on there. Keep in mind, let's forget that. A good knife doesn't depend on its patterns on the blade. It's the steel quality, it's the sharpness. Let's test from the sharpness first. Okay, not bad. 100, man. Definitely a usable edge. Very impressive, by the way. Moving on to the steel quality. To make this test more obvious, it's easy for you to understand. So I grab a real Damascus knife, which is Japanese, Lan. Around 60 Rockwell hardness with the VG10 steel core. That's a good steel, made in Japan. Or this, which says fine Japanese steel 420J2, and that's not from Japan. That's cheap. Press these two knives against each other and see what the edge will look like after. Seems like both blades got some damage. They both chipped, but obviously the Lan is thinner. Also a test we can do is scratching test. This is a harder steel. This is a softer steel by the book. Let's scratch each other. So the hard steel is down below right here. Well, can the softer steel scratch the hard steel? Doesn't look like a king. Why you shouldn't buy this knife? First, let's look at the retail price. $140. We got it how much? 69? 70. You grab a piece of shit like this, you're better off on a Victorinox. The knife doesn't have any ergonomics. The balance is off. And bolster, right? Bolster! I personally don't like. If you're a fan of bolster, forget that part. But fake Damascus, as if the knife is good, just like a lot of the good brands, even though their knives are not Damascus patterned, they wouldn't try to laser some on. Maybe that's a marketing scheme. That depends on Baccarat, the brand itself. Also, the steel, how they advertise it. You'll see the name Damashiro comes from Damascus, by my understanding. Finest Japanese steel, that's already a scam. If your knife steel is not Japanese, you wouldn't put Japanese in there. The reason to do so, trying to sell you off for a much higher price than it should be. But they're so dumb, they put 420J2 there. People can search it up right here, made in China. So this product, packaging is good, to be honest. Case right here, so big, so sturdy, and they even put a little booklet of this knife. You know, how you should clean your knife, and it's got warranty. If you're buying a kitchen knife, nearly $100, and hopefully you give it as a gift to someone, you probably give a much presentable gift, not a scamming gift. Ran is a good brand, reasonably priced, and it's actually made in Japan. Good craftsmanship, but this, give it to someone if that dude doesn't know about knife. But after using a while, just like what I'm about to show you here, no sharp very fast. Exactly, because the steel is not good. After just scraping on my soft wooden board, the steel will curl, then covering the edge. No longer a sharp knife. So why buying one of these for $70? If I were you, I'd save that $70. Better off giving that dude in cash. Or just buy a more presentable, a real gift. And Baccarat, it's good you have your own brand, but keep it presentable. Have it with your own strength. You know, put your own uniqueness in it. Don't just copy somebody else's off. I'm sure this knife is another design from somebody else's brand, but also the steel, just say what it is. Price it reasonably, but that's your choice, you know. If you use a better steel, you obviously can sell much higher priced. If you don't, at least hopefully people are smart enough to understand this. Keep in mind, be smart. Don't get scammed. Fool y'all.